Sven gets a good time, and then he's ultimately your win condition. So there's definitely that, right? Like if he gets a good time, if this goes late, Sven can carry.
I mean, look at it this way also. We are in North America right now, so this is the region of the RTZ Sven, of the Fierce Sven. If there's any part of the world that can make this hero work, it will certainly be in NA. So we're going to see how they make it happen here. Before we get into it, though, we didn't really have that much time to talk about this Abaddon. Are we just going normal Radiance build? Just put some evasion onto the Sven, make him hate life, force him to buy an MKB early on?
I think that's the build, right? It has to be. It's like Radiance, Manta, Blink every time on Abaddon. Like, you wouldn't be picking him as a carry if not for that. There's a lot of other things as well. Like he's going to struggle against the Brood as well when it comes to missing here and there.
Okay, quick little skirmish here. Down on this bottom side of the map. Rises. Happy to run forward with the Aphotic Shield. He's taking quite a bit of damage though. So it does need to back off. Won't be able to pick up the bounty. And it's just going to be a 2-2 trade all across the map. Nice and normal, unlike what we saw in Game 1. The side of Alpha here. One win away from going 4-1. They only have 2 series left after this, so it's kind of in the situation where every single game makes a massive difference. Their opponents, you know, we saw that the Oversight, on their day, they could still look pretty strong, but SKG, they have to play next. So if you lose this series and then SKG beats you, suddenly you're on 3 losses all of a sudden. So you need to make sure that you get this W. But they can't lose either on the other side. I love these kind of games, man. And there's high stakes for everybody. Everybody really cares about the outcome. It's not just like, well, we're playing before the difference between 5th or 6th. It doesn't really make that much of a difference.
Yeah, it's a little bit a test of your morale strength as well, right? In games such as this one. It's testing how strong teams are mentally. Because, yeah, the stakes are high, so you have to win every single game. You have to perform to the fullest, no messing around. I have a feeling Division 2 teams, sometimes they have this approach like, yeah, we're just playing some Dota, you know, we don't care. IDC, you know, IDC, I play Dota. Top lane, Hoodwink, Joker, my God.
Big plays, Joker. Stop it, Joker. You already have one MVP award, my friend. Relax.
And he's one of those. He's one of those, I don't care, I just play Dota, you know. He's one of those, but I sincerely doubt it. I really think all of these teams 100% want to get their asses to Division 1.
Yeah. It's a big difference in terms of prestige, in terms of money. Also, the potential of getting DPC points. Argus forced to Warcry and run away. And the Feeling G has a lot of mangoes to his name and some decays. Full on their HP, so they're not going to be able to kill him just yet. On the other side of the map, Ash has fallen quite low, tanking some harass from Rises. So it's a tale of very 2 different stories here. Top lane, we see that Argus is being pressured on the Sven. Bottom lane, they're pressuring on the side of Rises into Ash. Different stories in terms of which hero is being pressured, but the similar thread is that Alpha, yet again, are coming away with lanes that shouldn't be going this well.
We've seen a lot of surprises so far in this series when it comes to the lanes. Shouldn't isn't anymore in my vocabulary, you know? It is what it is.
The one bright spot, though, for them is that RRL is doing really well against the Batrider middle. Evening out, even on the CS, not falling behind. Top lane, Joker is about to die. Got down by Feeling G. Okay. This feels nice. Getting some recovery. Does cost the Tombstone to get dropped down, though.
Yeah, and they're pushing in super hard, so Monster is going to get... well, if he lasted, he'll get a lot of them, as long as he isn't missing against the tower.
Brood is one of those heroes that's actually fun to last hit with under the tower. He does a shocking amount of damage early on.
Yeah, 100%. There's a... Sven isn't that shabby as well. Like, Sven is probably up there.
Yeah, Sven's good.
But look at Abaddon. He's not farming under the tower. He's still just dominating. 20 CS on top of the net worth charts at the moment.
Is Ash dead?
I don't think so.
Nice rebuke.
Snare, you're really bloodthirsty tonight, man, you know?
I want to see some kills, man.
Like, I remember a long time ago, casters were calling for kills that would never happen. It was very often, right? If you're a play-by-player, I don't know what it is. You're not checking the items, maybe. You're not to see if there's a wand, a fairy fire. But you remind me, tonight you remind me of those days, you know? You're very, very bloodthirsty.
Giving you a blast from the applause, fam.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, my bloodthirstiness will not be rewarded in this game. It's 1-1 at the 4.5-minute mark. Not too much happening.
So
Ava
far.
just farming.
Yeah.
Although the one thing that is happening is that they're doing a very decent job of ensuring that Argias does not get as much farm as he wants. Spending a lot of time scrapping with heroes. Only 16 CS for himself relative to the 26 and 2 that's available for this Abaddon.
Yeah, every time I look at top lane, it's being pushed into the Brood, right? So I'm not sure, is it the cleave, what it is, but the Brood is just having the freest time of her life. Just farming under the tower. This is more of a safe lane for Monster than it is for Argias.
Argias already having to start thinking about when he wants to dip back into the jungle. You have the first pause of the game. Hopefully, not too many of them end up happening.
Is that Undying stacking, by the way, the jungle right now on the Dire side? Some stacks already
He hasn't
made.
stacked any. Has he made stacks yet?
To the right? I'm blind. Okay, nothing.
No, he hasn't made yet.
Just a
not yet.
bounty rune, I guess, yeah.
But he's thinking about it, you know? Sometimes it's the idea, the thought that counts.
Yeah, that's definitely what counts in Dota. You don't have to do anything as long as you think about it. When your carry pings you, why didn't you pull? I thought about it.
I thought about it, bro.
I thought about it, but
I had the sentiment, I just didn't do it. Mid lane, RL might die now. He is just shy of having level 6. They go on top of him. The Bushwhack doesn't connect. Flame Break will still come back, but they might turn this around onto Soul instead. RL too far away from EMP, so the Scatter Blast will not be there. Alright, Joker not able to catch with the Bushwhack. Might end up taking a tumble for his troubles here. The Warden jumps him. Double Starfall should be enough to get the kill.
yeah.
Will they get the ward as well? Or the rune? Nope. That gets taken away by Soul on the bottom side.
Yeah, but they're making sure that their mid lane has a better time this time around. And Ember, he's playing into the bat, but he's doing quite all right so far.
Actually, I'm gonna kill the bats. He's gonna dive forward here. It does have the... Oh, it doesn't have the damage. Never mind. He's gonna get killed by the bats. Never mind. Never mind. Never
Am
mind.
I cursing them? What's happening?
I think you are. I think we're both cursing them. I want to see too many kills, and you keep saying that they're doing too well. So not only do they lose Ember, they also lose the Mars on the other side of the map too.
Yeah, it's rough again for Ant. Just as the game started looking kind of decent for them, like the Ember even dives the bat. They are losing cores.
They're gonna try again top though,
This
to try and
isn't a
get
kill.
at least something.
This
But
isn't
they're not
a
gonna
kill.
get this kill. Nope.
This
Soul
is,
comes
though.
in, has Lasso. Trying to think about utilizing it onto a hero though. And he hasn't decided to use it just yet. Monster coming back and forth, thinking about trying to put some damage onto the tombstone. They look for feeling G, maybe get an easier kill out of this, but Argias has Stormhammer again. It looks like the rotation will be enough to save the Brood's life. They won't get a kill, but at the very least, they do force Soul to not be middle for a couple waves.
Snare, Bat did not save his life. That Brood was not gonna die for sure. He had a lot of magic wand charges.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was completely fine. Bat, he wanted to rotate in, maybe try to get a kill, but he couldn't go into the tombstone. That's the problem. If there was no tombstone, maybe you dive them, but yeah, it's rough at this point. He also needs travels, so Bat, like, he's not the same hero like before. If you get a good rune, you can perhaps rotate in, but 9 out of 10 times you're better off just farming up the travels and then rotating in. Like, yeah, sorry, go.
I was gonna say that like one drawbacks yet again for Ant, we see that last game they had the push potential with the Lesh and the DK. This time they don't really. So even if they make these movements from Batrider and he doesn't find anything, they can't really hard punish them on the side of Ant with the draft that they have, unfortunately.
That's true. That's true. But maybe one worst thing for Alpha and at the same time better for Ant is that Alpha didn't have a lot of combos to play with. Like last game they had a lot of them. And Ember was the driving force, but also the Underlord TPing in, doing a lot. This game, if they stop the Brood, I feel like Alpha, they only have bad to play with.
Speaking of this Brood Mama, she's going to take a tower on the top side of the map. Abaddon still just busy farming towards his items, not going to want to participate meaningfully for a while. And Brood just doing Brood things, going to start taking over this side of the map. They're going to go for a kill onto the Warden. They combo this up with the Fire Snap Cookie to ensure they have the lockdown, and they will find this Morana. The Warden takes a tumble. And that's just more map space for Brood. God, I hate watching this hero, honestly. It's so annoying.
Undying goes ham.
He's fine. He's fine.
Yo, hit him!
Oh no,
Hit him.
Rises. He didn't realize it was such a long TP, but he actually ends up losing his own life off the back of this. RRL didn't think he was actually going to go in, but then he's like, wait a second, this Abaddon doesn't have borrow time anymore. That was a bizarre sequence of events, Lizard. A long TP into a left TP into a kill onto Abaddon? Didn't expect that.
You don't expect Abaddon to be dying this early on, that's for sure. Warden trying to run away.
That should be fine.
Yeah, under the tier 2, it's a bit deep. So basically, he was TPing on the tier 2 or tier 1 even. On tier 1, he was TPing. That's why the TP was that long. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you gotta have a sense of humor about that one. That's one of those where you die and you're like, yeah, it's chill. I get it.
Yeah. The good thing for Alpha, even though they lost Undying, that's that Bet is getting really close to the travels. And when they should be in 50 gold there. And Brood has like one top lane very easily.
Oh, we see the first arena for the game committed by Ash. And well, you said he's 50 gold away. He just picks it up before dying. Otherwise, they would have elongated that time period.
That's the best feeling,
big
right?
Arena.
When you
just buy it
the-
just before you die?
Yeah, when you buy it just before death.
So what you're saying, Lizard, is that before I die in real life, I must make sure I just buy new speakers.
Exactly.
Buy new swag.
For me. To me.
Haven't you heard, Lizard? You can't share items, man. Sorry.
You can share some, like tangos and TPs and, mangoes.
Okay, I'll buy you a tree. I'll buy you a mango tree.
That's
Just before I die.
I'd like that more, yeah. But a real mango tree, like the one that was in Dota.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course. Argus, just popped bot string, is about to be God's dead because he is just not going to be able to withstand this magical damage. Almost got denied by the Ancient Black Dragon, but will be able to live. EMP, nice Fire Snap Cookie onto Ush. Will
Look
still
at
die
that.
though. But
Still
Ush,
doing it.
Ush is actually dead. They're going to surround him. He doesn't have arena for another 20 seconds.
Joker.
Brought down by Joker Sharpshooter. At the same time, Ember, be careful.
Silence.
Don't get silenced, my friend. He will not get silenced. Rises though, forced into the borrow time as he gets stunned up by this Morana. Still getting chased at the moment by RRL, who finds the steering chains. Flame Break pushes these heroes away, but they really want Rises. They want him so badly. Nice bushwhack coming in from Joker. Here comes EMP as well. Fire Snap Cookie back onto feeding G, and he is alive on the Snapfire, but they get the arrow back onto Snap. Won't die though. Rises in the gang stand their ground. They stand strong, and they find yet another kill. Only losing the Snapfire, but he comes back to ensure that it's a 3-for-1 trade at the end.
Yeah, what's nice, at least for Ant, yeah, they lost a lot, but Sven is one of those heroes that can, at this point, stand his ground against the Brood. So they aren't losing top lane, at least. Bottom lane, they are losing Snap on Alpha. So usually, if there's a Brood and you're also winning on the other side of the map, the game is done. Because Brood is taking over the other side, farming, taking your towers. But because of Sven being your carry, he can just chill there, farm up.
Unfortunately, this Sven has the lowest net worth of all the cores in the game, and yeah, he can maintain presence here. But that means he has to stay here. Can't necessarily make too many moves. Middle though, can they make a move to save RRL? Indeed they can. They have the arrow out on 2 Rises. RRL will not get caught by the Curse of Avernus. As Ant recognize the need to maintain map dominance. Top lane though, Argy is about to die. Actually ticking out to the Flame Blake as well as the Firefly. Survives on 70 HP. I really thought Solo was going to die for that one, but
I mean, even
happy to just watch Arceus go home.
Yeah, exactly. Even though he didn't die, he's just running home, losing his time once again. Like you said, not the highest net worth on the map. And like, when you're a Sven, usually you want to be very high up there, right? He went to the triangle, he got zoned out of it. He goes top to kind of defend against the Brute, he gets zoned out of there as well. You're not a lucky or happy Sven. He's going back into the triangle now to farm the remainder of the stacks, but it's not a lot. There, like 2-3 creeps were left.
They're gonna smoke up the rest of his crew here, hoping to try find an initiation. They have a blink dagger on Ush, so if they can maybe catch the spider. They caught vision of her, but do they have the angle for initiation? Ush really wants this jump to get the wards down. There's gonna go in Ush with the arena, and there's the drop down on the spear, followed up by the arrow. Easy kill. There's the combination. So Ants do have this kill combo. Alpha a little bit more difficult to achieve, but not that hard from the side of Ant. Although it does get harder as the game goes on and on, because Mars generally falls off in damage output. But it's proof of concept for now.
Yeah, a good thing to open up the map a little bit on top lane, at least.
August?
Rises.
August?
Yeah.
Oh no. Rises, comes on top of him. There's a scatter blast. He borrows time. You try to borrow time to dispel off the arrow, but not gonna get it in time. There will be a drag back onto this Abaddon with the spear coming in from Ash, but not enough to kill him just yet. Aphotic Shield does pop, EMP left behind and killed.
He's pinging.
RL, 3 seconds until he has slide chains. He gets off only the slide. Not enough mana for both though. Rises will still get brought down by the God's Rebuke. There's no tier 1 tower to TP to Lizard. There is no help incoming. And they get 2 hero kills. It does cost them the life of Feeding G in the mid lane. But who the hell cares? You're delaying this Radiance from Rises, and you're finally getting kills on the map for your own heroes.
Yeah, but your Sven died first, remember that. So overall, was it really a good trade? Not necessarily. Is Sven good against Abaddon later on? I think with a certain item build, he does have a shot. Even the Silver Edge, right? Like you can break him, maybe even kill him off before the ulti is popped. Like,
Actually killing him. They're coming for him. Bots on Batrider. Alkia's getting gone on right now. He's not going to be able to escape this. Monster's right on top of him. Flame Break is here. Arrow won't connect. And they're going to try and maroon him up onto the cliff. Not going to happen just yet. The Soul Rip keeping Alkias alive, but it will eventually fall. Ash coming in with the arena, pushing the spear combo onto Soul. But they haven't been able to kill the Batrider just yet. They've already lost the Ember Spirit as well, as RL got took down by Monster, who made his own appearance known in this fight. They're looking for Feeling G. They will get him. Simultaneously, the Warden able to make sure that they do at least get the Batrider, but does cost the life of the Morana as well. 4 versus 1. Does Ash at least survive this? Maybe not. Imp has access to Fire Snap quickly, but he should be fine. Okay.
Yeah, he should. There's Abaddon going in, but he doesn't have a blink. He can't really get on top of him. Your Sven should never die the way he did in his own jungle, was surrounded by his teammates. You need to protect him more. They just have to play the perimeter around the Sven. You shouldn't be making any plays on the map. That's how I feel. Just play for Protect 1. Your heroes, yeah, sure, you can make some plays with Mirana Ember, but at this point, you just have to make sure that your Sven gets a BKB, at least. Or this game is over already.
Speaking of Ember, gonna go forward onto this monster Broodmother. Pops the Guardian Greaves to get out of the roots. Warden's Arrow. Doesn't connect onto anybody on the way out.
They're just trying this 4 and 2 combo. Mirana Ember, it's a very classic one. You can get kills on the map, but it just isn't worth it at this point. If your Sven dies again, Abaddon will have Radiance already. Your Sven won't have anything. Also, that last fight in the jungle, the arena was decent, but Batrider got speared to the low ground. So he survived. They couldn't kill him off.
Speaking of arena, they throw one out right now onto Monster. He should be able to find this kill. Guardian Greaves are online, going to utilize them, and there's a turnaround with the Morty's Kisses. Monster's still alive, just taking down this Tombstone on the high ground. Will be able to do so, but does still die. The question is, what happens afterwards? Rises coming in, 3 heroes caught inside the Scatter Blast, and Joker finding the Bushwhack missed out Warden. Beautiful leap to disjoint that. Feeling G will still end up at least taking a tumble. But here comes Soul. No Blink Dagger to speak of, so very hard to get these initiations. But Flame Break into Lasso catches out RRL. He didn't have any safety remnants drop down. Couldn't find the quick slide combo. Will end up dead as a result.
It's a disaster how they're losing these fights. Like going on the Brood and taking so much time to kill him. Like he's so deceivingly tanky with the Greaves. You think you got him, but he goes on the cliff and just starts hitting your Tombstone. The only reason he died is because the arrow connected in the end. He could have lived even.
Well, now they're still looking for the tier 1 tower. Without the Brood being nearby, that is the one thing. They struggle to take down these buildings. But speak of the devil, and she shall appear. Here is Monster. Might still try to take the subsequent fight here. They're TPing in with Ush. Does still have Blink Arena. And unfortunately, we are getting into one of those Mars games here, Lizard. Ush's impact is starting to really peter off. The next fight, I think, is the last one he has before getting BKB, before it really starts to feel awkward. Nice jump. There we go. There we go. That's what we like to see, Ush. The reverse caster's curse. That's how you do it, Lizard.
Yep, you're losing the tier 2 on top lane, but at least you got the position 4 Hoodwink. Kappa. I mean, it is something, right? It's better than nothing. They need to... the arrow connects as well. Mid lane, Undying should live. Yeah. Should he live? He should live, yeah. They are rotating mid from top lane. And now you're taking down the tier 2 on top. You can take the outpost. You can move into the pit if you want to take Roche. Or just continue catching them.
This is so unfair. Alpha just picked up a Philly Stone. I feel like teams that are winning are the only teams that actually get Philosopher's Stone. When you're losing the game, this item just never appears, but when you're in a dominant position, it always just shows up. In the jungle, we do see Soul running down Feed and G. Sven thought about engaging there, but realized that I need BKB ASAP, so let me just go back to farming. And even after getting BKB, still probably needs a Blink Dagger as well.
Don't worry, Mortimer, I'm still here.
Into the pit. It's all like...
Can they fight this here?
You could maybe with the arena. Arena is on cooldown still, but with the tombstone, with everything, maybe you could if you were here in the right time, but you aren't. You're just too split. You're afraid, you're farming, you know. Alone and afraid.
Alone and afraid?
Or is
Alpha
it Naked and Afraid?
alone.
It was Naked and Afraid, right? The series.
Naked and Afraid was the show.
Yeah.
The show, yeah.
Well, they're Naked and Afraid too, considering the items that they've got. It's not great.
Let's see. Does anybody have BKB? I feel like BKB counts as clothes, right? So if you have a BKB, you're clothed. Before that, you're a little bit naked. And right now, they are all naked. Playing in the nude on the side of Ant. G reveals some of the smoke rotation coming in, but they haven't scouted out Soul just yet. And Argia is still trying to farm this triangle. He's running. Doesn't have BKB just yet. Flame break back. BKB for the Bat Rider. And there's the last two onto the Sven. They really want to try and bring down Argius, and they manage to do so. Joker, the only hero caught inside of this arena, that leaves the rest of his team free to play the fight. Feeling G, looking like he might fall here towards Soul. One more right click should take away his life. The rest of Ant are allowed to flee here.
And
they don't have the Broodmother here because Monster was just pushing top.
Exactly, like they're winning these fights 4 versus 5. They're just moving a bit too fast for Ant. They take ages instantly. They're into the triangle. They're killing off Sven. Even without the Brood, Brood is just chilling, you know, pushing top. Doesn't matter. And Rises, he's leading the charge even, right? Like he's the one just going forward because he knows there's no way he dies. With the Manta, with the Radiance and Aegis. Even without the Aegis, he probably isn't dying. Mid lane. Mortimer's Kisses.
They get the Bulwark combo with the Sharpshooter. Morty's Kisses. Will they kill Ush? No, they won't. He is still alive. We will be Argius trying to make the counter jump onto Soul here. He's still naked though, without BKB. They just stole him up from doing this. Rises, gets a Fire Snap Cookie. They stun up Argius. Oh no. That is not what the Sven was looking for there. Soul on a dominating streak. He was the one targeted.
Yeah, he went in. He's the one that chose to fight there, and there is no way you fight. Your Mars just got zoned out. Mars had to go back. He just went in alone. That was a bit of a tilt play. Realistically, a bit of a tilt play, but then again, the game is just so hard. 10k behind, 20 minutes in. Kind of reminiscent of game 1, really.
It's difficult, it's tough, and really have their backs against the wall here. Ush almost has BKB though. RRR still a little bit further away. And then of course our Sven also about 600 gold away from having this item. Until it's arrived, they can't really do much that's meaningful. They go in for a fight. Ush, he jumped out! Ush! No! Why, Ush? Why? Ush is dead. He does have buyback though, so he could come out into the fray here. Rises. Forced him to trigger off the borrow time. So really wanted to find a lasso to somebody. At the very least, there is a Yule Scepter on the water to stall this out. Alright, Aldo will now finally get caught in by the lasso. Does die, does have buyback. But I cannot imagine that the plan is to force them to use their spell so that you can say, ha, you don't have them on the second line.
That's the plan. That's usually the plan. He won't buy back here, I feel like, but he has to. If they want to keep at least on the Ember, I mean, he'll have to, because top lane will fall as well, right? They'll go top. They won't be satisfied with the mid lane.
There's no need to back off, right? What are they worried about? There's no damage just yet on these heroes.
It's literally
Sven
like
doesn't have BKB.
Yeah, it's literally like the first game in which they were waiting Morphling to get the Skadi. Now they're waiting for Sven to get the BKB, so that they're able at least to put up that one fight. He could TP base. Nah, he can't even. I was thinking maybe sell the stick, the quelling, the branch, but it's still not enough gold. Is it? It should be now, right?
It should be.
He's tipping bottom.
Okay.
Look, I mean,
bottom right now, Sven.
They lost the two sides already, right? So it doesn't matter.
He is 23 gold short of having an Ash right now. Gets the arena out onto 2. Not going to be able to get anybody brought down in this fight though. There's Morty's Kisses raining down, zoning away the rest of Ant. Sharpshooter hit connects onto RRL on the far side of the fight, so he needs to watch himself. Moonlight Shadow creating a little bit of distance and cover for them, but they're going in. No, Argius gets at least the first blood, the first kill rather, onto a Baron. So jumping in, BKB active, going for Feed and G. Him and Monster mop up the Undying. But that is going to be the first usage of a BKB from Argius. Jumping in is RRL, but he's just playing the edges here. Nice little stun into the arrow combination. They catch out this Broodmother, and here comes the Mars. Will they have enough damage to at least kill off Soul? Soul jumped in to try and at least create a bit of a bulwark between himself and Monster. Unfortunately, that will cost his own life. Rises, gets right back into borrow time just before they bring him down. So they need to zone him away, keep him as far away from these heroes as possible. Fidenji does die. That is going to be a dieback on Undying. But I think they actually might feel confident about this fight, depending on how the Ember can perform. RL finally has a BKB active. He will initiate it, the first one of this fight, so he's feeling really, really strong. Rises needs to run himself away. Nice dodge on the arrow. But Ush jumping, chasing him forward. Where's the spear? It's still on cooldown for 2 seconds. They can't catch him. Rises is actually going to be allowed to live. Oh my god, now there's a bulwark with the bushwhack back onto Ash. Ash is going to end up losing his life. So him being dead seems to have baited in and even further into despair, because they came out chasing. They thought they might be able to find somebody, but here comes Soul, the man who started this fracas. He comes back in time to watch it finish as Joker gets a double kill. They find the team wipe, and this last lane of racks not long for this world as Alpha take full control of game 2.
Yeah, this time around, I think you're calling it. You don't really have anything in you to fight any longer. That fight, even the way that Rises manages to survive is insane. Joker having an E-Blade, the Abaddon, and the Brood dodging the arrow, moving away from them. Like, you had that one last chance to maybe go in, but I don't know if you noticed the way the fight started. Mars broke his TP, so he didn't TP in together with the Ember. Maybe if he was there a bit faster, they'd have enough control. They're still trying to fight.
We'll see.
One more time.
Still going in. One more arena. There's too many BKBs though, so they can't find the spear connection. So went in for the BKB drag onto Arceus, but this Sven is still alive right now. Morty's Kiss is coming in as Rises goes in for the fight. Really wants to try and find a target. Still has borrow time, forced to trigger it as Joker misses the sharpshooter hit. So all these heroes do manage to survive the first instance of this fight, but this does cost all of their BKB charges. Monster diving forward now, looking for Feed and G. Not going to be able to kill him just yet though. They take down the range racks. They're in for the buildings. They want to try and find the W. Joker does end up dying to Arceus on the north side of the fight. This Sven can still be pretty strong. They're going on to Rises right now. Doesn't have borrow time. Rises is actually going to die here as he loses his life. Arceus though falling lower and lower. Stormhammer. Will it buy him enough time to get away from the Broodmother? No, it will not. The Spawn Spiderlings connects and kills him. Soul able to mop up Feed and G as well. The Monster, even though this Abaddon is dead, he's still looking like a carry in his own right between himself and Soul. But the spear throws him into the fountain. Monster losing so much HP. Is he gonna die here? No. Pops the Guardian Greaves, will enable him to leave the fountain in safety. And he's just gonna go in with the
I love that-
incapacitating
yeah.
bite, the lifesteal pack, and he's okay.
Yeah, I love that he didn't even think about going back. He just heals up, you know. Why the hell not? I was in the fountain, now I'm back, pushing in. Bat is here, they will kill the Mars. Mirana,
think
he's
that's
just
game.
yeah, he's just trying to arrow, but you have Sven back up in 7 seconds. If you didn't GG earlier, you're gonna GG now. There you go.
GG, well played. Is called Alpha. 2-0 up against the ANT lineup here. Another NA team. The old school, the classic. When was the last time you saw this, Lizard? The pause right before the Ancient blows up.
Yeah, because
Happens in all my pubs, but
Yeah.
not in the officials.
and because they left the game, right? Like they disconnected, so it may be automatically paused.